Welcome to the DTC Insider podcast, where online business owners come to find actionable tips and tactics to grow their businesses. Now, here's your host, Brian Roisentul.
Hey, how are you doing? This is a special episode for you all because who doesn't want to know what's working for everyone else in the DTC space? I do, don't you? Luckily for you and for me, there's a very recent report based on a survey of over 1,100 PPC specialists. In it, you will see things like how they feel about ad platforms, campaign types, budget distribution, generative AI, and much more. And since 38% of advertiser respondents work in the e-commerce industry, I thought it was relevant to share this with you all. It's a very interesting read, but in case you don't have time to go through its over 60 pages, here are my takeaways for you. Number one, PPC Specialists Priorities for 2024. When these specialists were asked, what's your top priority for 2024? They didn't say things like an easier to use ad platform or more predictable results. Instead, they were aligned with what brands care about the most nowadays: profitability. This was a surprise to me. Even though there are some disconnects between brands and agencies, this is a clear alignment with brands' goals, and it's pretty important in 2024. Number two, goals for the ad campaigns in 2024. Growing at all costs is not a thing for brands anymore, and marketers get it. 72% picked efficient growth as their most likely goal for 2024. This means they are allowed to increase spend as long as their efficiency targets, such as ROAS or CPA, are met. Number three, ad platform adoption and spend. For this one, the participants were asked, on which platforms are you or your team currently running PPC campaigns? There was no surprise here, at least to me. Google and Meta dominate the ranking. However, when these people were asked how much they spent on each one, it got interesting. As the monthly ad spend level grows, so does the adoption of platforms like YouTube, Bing, and TikTok, among others. So this is great. We know the top platforms most brands use are Google and Meta, but then as the ad spend grows, we tap into other channels that are not the main one, at least for most brands. Number four, I believe three or four, challenges with a multi-channel advertising. Reconciling paid ad efforts across different ad platforms remains a challenge, with two-thirds of the respondents citing attribution as a particular hurdle. Some takeaways for this one. Attribution modeling is still the number one challenge for marketers. First-party data integration is a top priority for them. And third, cross-platform reporting is key to better understanding the bigger picture. Let's analyze each of them one by one. Attribution modeling is still the number one challenge for marketers. Yes, of course, since the user journey is complex and is getting more complex as the platforms evolve, it's tough for us marketers to track what's coming from where, and even changing the questions, what's coming from where probably is a broad question. We should be asking which platforms are involved in, I don't know, product discovery or brand awareness, which ones are more in the middle of the funnel or for research, or and which ones are more in the bottom of the funnel stage, for example, right? The second one was the first party data integration is a top priority for them. This is key. I mean, this means that first party data is on their radar. This is amazing because nobody was talking about first party data and even less using it in practice a few years ago. So the fact that most marketers are aware of it is great. Number three, it was cross-platform reporting is key to better understanding the bigger picture. Yes, I'm not tired, but I read repeated this many times. If a media buyer wants to improve and not be left behind with the evolution of the ad platforms, they need to become growth marketers. And for that, you gotta look at what's happening in the ad account alone. You need to have a bird's eye view, a cross platform reporting view, or however you want to call it. So in this case, it's key that marketers are aware of it and working on this. Okay, guys, these were my main takeaways. There are other takeaways that are great. There's a comparison between having an in-house team versus an agency or a freelancer with the cost, the number of people you have, and many other things. So if you want to read the full report, I will leave it in the comments. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out at hello@bsrdigital.com. I will answer the email right away. Thank you.
This episode was brought to you by BSR Digital. We help DTC brands grow through paid ads and email marketing campaigns. If you'd like us to help your business grow, head on over to bsrdigital.com and schedule a call with us.